Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is if you are pretty, you're gonna have a hard life. It's just what it is. And let me get into why that is. So before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help your girl out. So let's get started. All right. So if you're pretty, you're gonna have a hard life. Why? You would think you would have a better life, right? But I feel like if you're pretty and beautiful, like you're gonna deal with envious people. You're gonna deal with guys that are just gonna waste your time, not really gonna take you serious because you're just a pretty face. And also too, you're just gonna have to always watch yourself because when you're beautiful, people take that as a threat. People take it as like they think you've got it easy or something when really you're just like everyone else. And so with that, I'll give you an example. When I had like two roommates. One of them was a guy and one of them was a girl. A guy roommate wanted to mess with me. He said he wanted to be my boyfriend and like all this stuff. And I was not with that at all. So that happened. And then on top of that, he had a girlfriend. So, but he was always on and off with her. So the girl didn't, so the girlfriend, like her name was Crazy. I talked about her in another video. Yeah, she was crazy. Like she thought, like, I guess I wanted him or something like that, which I did not. Okay, like I'm just over here renting a room out to keep a roof over my head. Like that's the last thing I want is to be sleeping with my roommate. Like that's gross. Like no, like I don't want that needed drama. Like I just don't. So yeah, so she had issues with that. And so she started being mean to me and like wouldn't say anything to me. So it was just crazy. So yeah, for no reason. So then on top of that too, that was like one of it. Then my second roommate was a girl. She was cool in the beginning, but then she would just drink a lot. So like she like couldn't handle her liquor when she would drink. So what happened was that she ended up getting a boyfriend, which I was like really happy for her. I was like, oh, finally, like yes, you know. And then all of a sudden, the uh, we were just all hanging out, drinking and stuff. And the next thing I know, she's all like, "You be flirting with my boyfriend just a little bit." So, and I like looked at her. I'm like, "Wait, what? Like, are you like, y'all? I have never talked to her boyfriend. The only time I've ever said anything to him is that those two was sitting together in the car, and I walked up to talk to my roommate, and then I saw him, and I just said hi. Like, wasn't trying to be rude, just saying hi. Like, oh, hi, and that was it. And I was talking to my roommate. Like that man has nothing that I want. He has nothing that he can give me, and I was like I'm not even interested. He wasn't even my type. So, but yeah. So after she said that, I was really upset and heated because I'm like, what? So I like, so I looked at the guy roommate. I was like, do I really be flirting with her dude or something? He was like, no. So he went and said something to her like, that's a low blow. Like I can't believe you said that. Like that's some insecurity mess. So yeah. With that being said, so it just like really sucks. You know, it's just stuff that you have to worry about. And to be honest, I didn't know that I was that pretty. Like I didn't know like people took advantage of like people, you know, I mean I would get it all the time, but you know, I just thought like, oh, I'm okay, I'm like whatever. But I guess people say like, no, you're really, really pretty, stuff like that. So I was just like, oh, okay, thank you. I've had other stories too where I had this job where I would work with like kids with like disabilities and stuff. So I would go into people's like homes and like work with their kid and stuff. Um, the mom was very standoffish with me, would not talk to me whatsoever unless it was like about the client, her daughter that I was working with. And I just thought it was like really weird because like if you're working with like if somebody's in the home working with your kid, like wouldn't you want to talk to them? Wouldn't you want to get to know them, build a rapport with them? You know, like it was so weird. So later, the mom would kept canceling sessions, like she would kept canceling, and I didn't understand. So it wasn't until like I got moved to work with a new client in a new home, new parents, like stuff like that. One of the higher ups told me about it. And it was like, I was like, yeah, like they kept canceling. I didn't understand. I thought maybe she just didn't want me there. I don't know. She's like, no, it's not you. She was like, because you're just very, very pretty. And I'm going to leave it at that. I was like, what does that mean? And she was like, yeah. So I guess the last care provider, from what I heard, the last care provider that was there, the husband was flirting and trying to mess with the last care provider that was there in the home. And then so the girl got uncomfortable and then told the company like, hey, I can't work here anymore. Like, get me out of this house. And then so that's when I came. And then I guess she saw me. And then the mom would like do stuff too. Like she would like wear like booty shorts where her butt was hanging out, wearing a top that like had her boobs out. It was just a lot. So, and I didn't understand it, you know, because I wasn't there to get nobody's man. Like I'm just there to get my money and to work, get my money, right? So yeah, that's another thing. And then another one I wanted to cover too was that I worked at a restaurant called Twin Peaks. It's like a Hooters restaurant. It was just definitely all women. I came in there with my hair, makeup, you know, fake tan on, hair done. Like I was looking cute like a model, you know what I'm saying? And I had a cute shape frame and all that. But I mean, that's not my fault. Like I took so much time and effort to get ready, so why can't you do that? You know? So, but yeah, the girls up in there envious, talking about you, smiling in your face, backstabbing you, and all this stuff. Like, it's really crazy. Like, when you're pretty, I call it the pretty girl curse, you're going to be dealing with stuff. Like, you're going to be dealing with people that don't like you, envious of you for no reason, people of their preconceived ideas and stuff. But then, you know what's crazy is that when I came out, as trans or whatever, that's when everybody wanted to be nice to me and wanted to be my friend and like all this stuff. And I'm like, no, like y'all couldn't even be cool with me when y'all first met me. Like, nah, heck no. So that's just what it is. Kind of like that thing when you have like more money, more problems. I feel like more, like the more prettier, the more good looking you are, the more haters, the more envious, the more problems that you will have too. So and I don't know if you guys seen the movie. Was it Milena? It's basically a. I'll play like the movie right here. But basically, it's a movie about a woman. She's like very, very beautiful, very pretty, and literally all the guys just wanted to sleep with her, and all the women just hated her, did not like her because they thought like because she was so pretty that she was just sleeping around, but really she was just a very beautiful woman. I'm not gonna like spoil everything, but basically, she did not really have a good time. Men wanted to use her for her body, and then women just did not like her because they thought that she was around sleeping around with everybody's husband and stuff, which wasn't the case. So, so you got to be careful of predators, and then also too, you got to be careful women and stuff. So, it's definitely a really good movie, but it's all about beauty and stuff like that. And then it was really sad. But yeah, and then they ended up like hurting her, beating her up, and like all this stuff because she was pretty, like crazy. So that's basically what I wanted to say for this video is like if you're pretty, you're gonna have issues and you're gonna have a lot more problems than like the average basic woman. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, at the same time, too, you have to take that a blessing at the same time because when you're really pretty and stuff, you can get out of things. You can get out of situations, you can get out of things. You can kind of swindle your way through. I'll give you one example. You know, I was cute, I was dressed up cute, whatever. I went to the hospital and I needed to get blood drawn. So they have like this thing, like a ticket thing where you pull your ticket number or whatever. Y'all, I went when it was the most busiest day ever. There was like so many people lined up. There was like probably like 30 people there. So I'm like, oh great, I gotta wait for all these people to go so I can get my blood drawn. I don't know, all of a sudden this tall, older man that was in front of me, he like turns around, looks at me, and he's like, hey, like, I accidentally took 2 numbers. Would you like to have one? And I was like, sure. And then he gave me his. And I was like, wow, thank you so much. And he's like, yeah, you're like so welcome. So like I can tell like he wanted to talk to me or whatever. So within like a minute or two, I was called up next to get my number, and everybody was looking at me like, oh, they was feeling some type of way. They was kind of mad or whatever. So, but I mean, hey, it's not my fault. Like he gave me the thing because they all saw it. Like they all saw it in there. Like you know. So yeah, but there's definitely perks to being pretty and beautiful and stuff like that. So, and I don't mean to say this in a narcissistic way or whatever. Like yeah, like I'm hot or whatever. But when you're just naturally pretty or whatever, like you're gonna have haters, and that's just what it is. If you're dealing with this or going through that, just know you are not alone and that you're doing something right and that God is blessing you. Okay? So, pretty girls unite. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical.